Hi, U.S. History students. This is Mrs. Thomas. I'm going to be doing an overview of the course and just some of the most important things that you're going to need to be able to access and use so that you can use this as a resource and just know what the most important things are for you to utilize from your day-to-day coursework. So we are in a section of my U.S. History course, and I first wanted to talk a little bit about where to find out what you have to do each week and how to find announcements and things like that that will guide you to what we're working on and what you're going to need to do each day. So first of all, you'll notice when you come into your dashboard for a course or for U.S. history, this is, you can't see it from this view, but you'll be able to see it as your course cards, and you're going to want to click on U.S. history. Once you click on U.S. history, a little bit better in this view, once you click on U.S. history for your section, whether you are a the section 7 at 8 o'clock, section 8 at 10:45, or 12:50 for section 9, you'll find your course card. It will say U.S. history with big U.S. flag in the background there. So you're going to click on whichever section is your course. And when you come in, the first thing you're going to see is your homepage load. Now, the way I have this set up right now, this is offsetting here. It keeps resetting, but you'll see all four of these links appear. And what you're going to be able to do to find weekly announcements is either click on the announcements right here, or you'll be able to go into modules and find week 1, unit 1, and the announcements will be in the first weekly module. Okay, so the idea here is that you'll be able to click on announcements or go right to your weekly module, in which you will see announcements in week 1, unit 1. So here's unit 1, week 1, and you can see the announcements right at the top. So if we go back to the home page, you can see you can access announcements. I'll always have the weekly announcement posted right there and available for you. You'll also be able to get to your U.S. history book from the main page. You can see the course overview materials, in which this video will also be available, along with a bunch of other documents that we're going to go over today. You'll be able to access teacher contact information as well from this page. You'll be able to click here and get to email, and also from modules. If you come over on this side, let me move my screen. If you click on modules, you'll see that teacher contact information is right under course materials as well. So you'll be able to not only email from the homepage, but then go into the modules under teacher contact info and see my phone number and my email listed there as well. Going back to the homepage, you'll see that I have a section called course overview materials. When you click here, you will be forwarded to this section right here. This will allow you to access things like our course textbook, which you'll see right here is called the American Odyssey. When you click on it, you'll see the link for the American Odyssey and be able to open the online textbook from here. So you do have a textbook. It's just online. It is searchable. As you can see right here, you can type in things or topics that you are looking for. So the online textbook is available in that course overview materials, or in course materials, either from the homepage or from the module as well. Another thing that you might want to know about in the course materials is the grading and late policies. I do not penalize late work, but there is a due date and a lock date. So typically speaking, quizzes will open up the Thursday before a Friday quiz. So Thursday at 1:30, if we have a weekly quiz on a Friday, Thursday it will open up at 1:30. You'll have that afternoon and evening to work on it, and then Friday, the day that it is due. The quiz will lock the day it is due. Weekly quizzes are the only assignments that lock the same day that they are due. Anything else, any other kind of assignment during the week that's a weekly assignment, like a checkpoint, those will lock the following Sunday. So you have that week to work on it from when it opens. There'll be a due date, usually the day we work on a checkpoint or other assignment in class, it will be due. They're usually short. And then it will remain open until the following Sunday. So not the Sunday after it's due, but the following. So you have a grace period of about a week. You do not want to let things go past the due date, though, unless you absolutely have no other option, because you can quickly start to get behind. Once the lock date occurs, the assignment is locked. You can no longer get into it. You would need to contact me to talk to me about why the assignment wasn't done. I do not just open them because students just didn't happen to get to it. That is not an excuse. Usually it's a hard and fast rule. Once it's locked, for me, it's locked. But if a student is working currently on a current week and all their work is currently done, like they have everything currently done in the gradebook, I will often talk to them about what they can get open if something has locked on them. So that is the idea behind it. It is usually weekly assignments are due the following Sunday, usually at 3 p.m. Is when I have due dates due for something during that day. It's usually by 3 o'clock. So a weekly quiz is due on Friday at 3. It opens the Thursday prior to, and other weekly assignments are due the following Sunday. Before, where to find your work is largely based within the announcements. Again, you can get the announcements from the homepage, or you can get them from in modules. Going to your weekly module, they are at the top there, so you can click on your announcements or weekly module for, like, example, week 1. It'll bring you to that week's module, and the announcements are always at the top. So you can get to announcements either from the homepage, the weekly module, or you can also click on assignments to find a list of assignments that are coming up, including quizzes, discussion boards. Those are the only 2 things that you're going to be having, but you'll see a list of anything that is scheduled to be coming up listed there. You can also see assignments on the calendar. If you click on the calendar and scroll down, you'll be able to see if a quiz is scheduled. So you'll see, for example, on my calendar, if I click on just my section 8, and that's all I want to have show, you'll see that my live sessions are showing for that time, but there's also a quiz that is scheduled to be due on that day, on that Friday. Okay, so that is another way that you can find your work for the week, is through the calendar as well. So announcements, weekly module, homepage, calendar, and assignments, all through there. The different types of assignments that you can have are going to be weekly quizzes, usually checkpoints that are going to be in the course throughout the week. With the weekly modules, you'll see these types of assignments listed here. So for example, Unit 1, Week 1, in assignments, you'll see there's a quiz in Week 1. There is a discussion. So we'll usually have a weekly quiz. Occasionally we'll have a discussion. Checkpoints are smaller assignments done throughout the week that are usually video or text-based, and you're answering questions as you go through and watch a video or read text. We usually go over those in class, and they're usually something you have class time to do. I also give class time for weekly quizzes on Fridays, so a lot of your assignments I give you time in class to work on, but you will be able to find those assignments listed in the assignments area, or you'll be able to find those listed in the modules as well. So those will be posted right here under the assignments headline or title module here with the green check mark. You will have unit tests. Those will be in Linkit. Those will show up in the course as an item. Just to remind you that they're due. They will show up in the gradebook as well. If you do need help, a great place to go, again, is back to the home page. There is the option to click here to email me, and this will come to me directly. So you can click here and it will trigger email. And that is one place that you can go to contact me. You can also look in course materials, again, for my contact information right here at the top. The best time to ask questions are when you have them, especially through email. So jot things down. If you're not in class, you're working on something, you have a question, jot it down, make a note of it, shoot me an email either from right here in the course. As you can see on the side here, you can send email right here in the course, or you can use your student email here in resources. If it's something applicable in class that you have a question about, you can private message me or just ask. But do not ask about grade specific stuff to you during a live session when I'm teaching an entire class. If you're missing something or you have an individual question about your grade in the middle of a live session, is not the time to do that. But if you have a question about what we're talking about, it's a great time to ask that question. You might be able to wait till the end of class or ask a question during our IE sessions, or we can find another time to meet. Usually I invite students to IE sessions, stay after class if I'm able to answer questions or answer them through email. Usually that gives us plenty of opportunity to touch base. So those are some great ways to know how to reach out to me and how to get assistance. If you do have questions, I always encourage you to ask. For quizzes, one of the things that you want to know about quizzes is that you have one retake on these, especially also with checkpoints. You have one retake. So you have your initial attempt, and then you have one retake attempt on that to improve your score. Do not waste those. You should be looking at what you got right or wrong on the quiz to make sure that you can make adjustments. You should be reviewing it from the quiz itself, clicking on it to see. I make the answer options visible and you can see what you answered if you got it wrong. Then you could look at the other answer options and try to figure out what is correct before going in and doing it again. What else do we want to talk about? We want to talk about study guides that are going to prepare you for those weekly quizzes. You're likely going to see just the regular version of the study guide in the course. And when you set it up in the course right here, you'll see the study guide. You click on it. It will open up a document that you can download. Download this as a Word document so you can type right on it. It will have vocabulary that we're going to go over throughout the week. This is not graded, but as we go through live sessions, it will tell you each question, what day we're going to cover that material, what textbook pages, if there are any textbook pages, what those pages are. Like you can see here, it's referencing page 13 on our U.S. history textbook. Each of these questions is corresponding to the question on the quiz. So number 1 on the study guide is related to number 1 on the weekly quiz. So for the week 1 quiz, you're going to be asked about the name of the document provided to you at the beginning of every week. That is the study guide, and that's what we're talking about here. Although I don't grade these, and though I do not collect and check them, you will be able to get answers for these throughout the week. We review on Fridays and go over vocabulary and take notes in class, and it is very clear where the information to answer all these questions are from, especially because we record every live session. So make sure you're filling these in as you go. If you do, you'll save yourself a lot of time. And although I don't grade them for points, you earn those points on a very high score on the quiz just by doing these study guides. If you're skipping these, you're not likely to do quite as well on the quizzes, and you'll probably lose some points. And that is most of what you're going to be seeing on your in your course and what you're going to be utilizing on a regular basis. I hope the overview helped. When I post this video, you will see it in the course overview materials. It will be there. I'll add it there, and you'll also be able to see it within the module area just under course materials. I'll put this probably right under teacher contact information. All right, everybody, welcome to class.